Welcome back once again to the Strong Conversations podcast here live at NAHB, International Builder Show, from the Simpson Strong Tie booth in Las Vegas, Nevada. I am, as always, Sam Marcoux, and joining me on the last podcast of the day today is none other than the COO, right? The COO, the Chief Operating Officer of Mulhern Kulp. I'm talking about Jamie Friling. Jamie, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. Now, truth be told, about 10 days ago, I'm pretty sure you did not know who I was
That
or
is
that
true.
I existed.
Yeah, that's true.
And if I'm being fair, I absolutely knew who you were, so it hurts my feelings. No, I'm kidding. We just met via a Teams call about a week and a half ago, right?
Yeah.
And mutual friend said, hey, you should really have this guy on the podcast. I said, great, let's set it up. We had a wonderful conversation, and it struck out to me as unique because you got on the call and you said, I don't know that I have anything really interesting to say. And about 45 minutes later, I felt like, man, we should have just recorded this call because that was the podcast right then and there. I don't think you give yourself enough credit, but thank you for being here.
Yeah, it's great to be here. It's great to be at the International Builder Show for sure. I love coming here. Get to see a lot of my clients.
Yeah.
All under one roof. Get to see vendors like yourselves and others and see all the new products and technologies that are out there. It's just a lot of fun.
What's the main goal for you when you come to a show like this? Is it to see your clients or?
Yeah, a lot of them, if I have the opportunity to, just say hi, see what they're up to. And, sometimes we get into strategy and talk, shop. Other times it's just good FaceTime.
Yeah.
Always great to just walk around and see all the new products that are out there, see what our vendors in the industry are producing, what's new. And then a lot of the technology. I love just walking around and seeing things that they might be selling to builders, but it might be something that we might be able to adapt or possibly even use for professional services.
Yeah, so we should talk about what the company does, right? So we've established who you are and what you do for them, but maybe not what the company is. So tell everybody what you guys do.
So we're Mulhern Kulp. We're a structural engineering firm, single discipline. We only do structure. We further emphasize on residential structural design even further. There's a lot of structural engineering firms that do a lot of different things, but we do single family, multifamily. We've been in business for about 25 years. 125 people, about 90 degreed engineers.
Wow. Licensed
in all 50 states. Work with about 16 of the top 20 builders in the country.
Nice.
So, we bring a kind of a unique local expertise really across a lot of the country to our clients.
And where are you guys based out of? Where's home office?
Home office is in Philadelphia, but we also have offices in Atlanta and San Diego and Boston.
Right on. So, Philadelphia Eagles fan?
Yeah. Super Bowl.
I don't know how this worked out, but I have about 5 of the podcasts that I've done so far, Philly-based people, Philly fans, lots of smiles walking through here.
Why not?
Well,
right?
The Eagles are the Super Bowl champs, and here we are in the Super Bowl of our industry at the International Builder Show. So you talked about looking at technology as a structural engineer. And how long have you been there, by the way, at the company?
All 25 years.
All 25 years.
I mean, give or take a few months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's obviously near and dear to your heart.
Yeah.
When you come here and you're thinking technologies and you're looking at things that, again, might be geared towards a builder, but maybe it's something that you could use or give you an idea for something else to use. We talked a lot about technology when we had our prep call here and where the industry is going. Artificial intelligence, different softwares, and the impact that it has on a company such as yourself. So when you leave here, is it something where you're going to go back and go, all right, throw everything out the window and we're going to start over because I saw this really cool thing in Las Vegas and it's going to revolutionize? Or is it more of that's an idea and we can maybe figure out how to use that in the future? What's the approach when it comes to technology for you?
Well, I guess to answer your question about here, I think one of the biggest takeaways that I take away every year that I come here is almost reinforcement that we're on the right track.
Right.
And that's always, really reaffirming that we're doing the right things, whether it be conversations through our clients or seeing technology that's out there and maybe even already knowing about it, not waiting the whole year to get that, that thing that got launched in October or whatever. We're already aware of it, as of October, we found out about it, so that's always good. But technology, you talk about AI, when it comes to running a business right now, it's like drinking out of a fire hose.
Yeah.
Right? It's everywhere. It's to help you in your office, help you with emails, meeting minutes, everything under the sun. And a lot of those tools are really, really helpful. I think our approach has been more looking at where our biggest opportunities are, where our biggest time sucks.
Yeah.
And then focusing on where are the solutions for those, rather than getting kind of distracted by all the shiny objects
Right.
that are around and the blast that you're getting about all the next new thing and all of that.
Yeah, it's easy to do that too, because there is a lot of shiny objects out there, and they all have their time and place. But it's to me, the technology is to enhance the business practices of what is foundational to a company or a business, right? It can help us be better, but it doesn't necessarily change what we do at our core. At least that's how I kind of look at a lot of this. I don't know if you agree or not, but we were talking about how these advancements in technology have changed certain things for you. I think you were talking about rewriting job descriptions because of different things that are being taught at the educational level, and making sure that the skill sets are matching what's actually being taught in school, correct?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I think when we talk about looking at job descriptions, it's the role of an engineer
Yeah.
is going to start changing.
Yeah.
You look at an engineer 20 years ago, it was a lot of paper, pencil, same formulas over and over again.
Yeah.
And then 10 years ago, there were software tools that a lot of people use to to do their regular everyday calculations. And more and more of that, you start to look at somebody that's maybe a little less analytical, but maybe a little bit more efficiency minded, and thinking about how they can input this stuff faster, how they can take this engine that's over here and create the end product maybe a little faster, things like that. Where, now we're coming into a world where you almost need, borderline some technology, real technology education and experience to really excel. I think that goes for almost any career, though, at this point.
I was going to say, it's almost
Might be
like
a bigger topic, though.
And as we were just told, truth be told, they're like, get ready to shut down the show for the day.
Right.
So we're holding it down here at the International Builder Show. Strong Conversations podcast studio inside the Simpson Strong Tie booth. And what you just said, it's almost everything. You should have a little bit of technology knowledge. It's almost like the new finance class, right? Everyone should take a finance class because it'll just make your day-to-day better, inside and outside of your professional life. It feels like if you got to have a little bit of knowledge and education when it comes to technologies around you just to survive.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just omnipresent and everywhere. Now, it's one of the things that we've seen a lot here at IBS so far is just the technology and people trying to find out what makes sense for their business from the builder side of things. Another one is labor shortage. Now, is there a labor shortage impact for an engineering firm?
Yes.
Either directly or indirectly?
Yeah, there's been some experience of, just, I don't want to say labor shortage. I think there's been a lot of opportunities, a lot of people coming through to interview and look to work with Mulhern Kulp. And we're hiring as many as we can, but we're also hiring at unprecedented numbers.
Yeah.
So it's a shortage for the demand, but I wouldn't say that the number of available engineers is necessarily going down year over year. It's just that we're looking for more. And I think it comes to the idea when you start talking about labor, again, it all kind of comes back to technology, but when you can't find the labor or the labor becomes more expensive, when you start thinking about what the 3 pillars of excellence, right? Better, faster, cheaper.
Right.
You're now affecting, I can't do things as fast as I want to because I can't get as many people as I need to. And then you also can't do cheaper if they're, everything's getting more expensive.
Yeah.
So now you're tied to going to technology. That's really your only solution.
Yeah.
So then you start looking at, okay, well, how can I invent technology or use technology to help me do this? What I need to accomplish for my company, for the industry.
So with that in mind, and kind of asking that pivotal question of how do I do this, one of the things that you'd mentioned to me the other day that I thought was pretty fascinating was just the investment of your firm in technology, in that space. Can you talk a little bit about that process of what you guys have done and where you're going with that in terms of just, okay, we know this is here and we got to do something about it?
Yeah. I mean, even from the very first day that I started with Mike Mulhern and Joe Kulp when they started the company, it was a culture of, I say innovation, but it wasn't the word we used back then. It was exploration. It was optimization. It was efficiency. It was, how could I do my job better, faster? How could I create a better product for our client? How could I deliver this faster? Whatever it might be. That was always present in our culture. So that's always been there. We've been blessed with some great talent through the years of people joining our company. And a few years ago, we made a huge strategic, I'd say, initiative to make sure that we were not just doing in the normal course of business and doing our research projects that we do to advance our methods, but taking that even a step further and a deeper commitment. And today we have a full team that's 100% dedicated to innovations. So now they're working on things, anything from our proprietary design app to help us do our designs faster, to how we can produce our drawings faster, and really everything in between.
Yeah. And like you've said, you have to have that. I mean, if you don't have dedicated resources, whatever that looks like for your organization, you're probably going to fall behind.
Well, you just get sucked up in the day-to-day work now.
Yeah.
When work is that available now, and our clients want more faster, without that dedication, you will just get sucked up into doing more work.
So let's talk about your clients for a little bit. Let's end on this. We are at the Builder Show. You guys are working with those top builders in the country. What are you seeing? What are you hearing from them that gives you, I guess, the positives for the rest of 2025? What are the indicators out there that you go, well, maybe not today, but later this year, this is a good thing, and here's why? Are you seeing any of that there? Any optimism?
You mean from just number of starts, like in the industry, or you mean like what they're up to?
Yeah, either what they're up to, or what you guys are doing now, which will come to fruition later in terms of just the amount of work you're doing, or anything that you're seeing out there that gives you an indicator that this is going to be a good thing later this year.
Yeah, I mean, you're seeing a lot more builders today than you did 2 years ago, 5 years ago, exploring with new technology.
Yeah.
Not just exploring. I mean, everybody was doing their pilots and checking things out before behind the scenes, but now we're seeing a lot more of our clients actually implementing new systems. They're trying this platform tied in with this platform and combined with this to try to get to that, better mousetrap for themselves. And what's interesting about it all is that every builder is kind of approaching it in a different way. Rightfully so. I think a lot of their businesses are very different.
Yeah.
Their product types and everything else. So it doesn't make sense to have a one-size-fits-all, approach. But I'd say from an optimistic side, I think it's incredibly optimistic to see the builder mentality is really starting to make that shift that we need to do this, and it's not just talk. They're actually doing
they're implementing it.
Yeah, and it's awesome to see.
Really cool.
Yeah.
We're winding down here. I can see that they're actually taking the displays down, Jamie. Are you seeing this around us?
Yeah. There's very few people walking around.
Yeah. Well, we're right at the end of the day, which is thank you for hanging in there with us. Thank you for being here. Anything you want to talk about? Anything that we didn't touch on that we have the microphone? I'm going to give you the platform. What did I miss? What do you want to tell everyone?
No, I mean, I think the technology turn kind of to just pull all this together in the conversation where my mind's at is on that technology piece. And, I think it'll be really exciting to see where we are, to look back even, but 5 years from now.
Yeah.
Because I think obviously AI it's generating the buzz and making everybody think about that we need to innovate.
Yeah.
You might not even be using AI at all in its true fundamental approach to technology. They might just be automating or using completely other tools. But it's making everybody think about their operations, and everybody's a little bit scared of falling behind or not doing what they need to do, so they're actually doing it. I think it would be really awesome to see that truly that holistic approach for the builder to go from sketch to build, and everything in between, from shop drawings to CDs to, to the saw, all of that, and to see that in one, whether it's a singular platform like something like Hierarch, or if it's a combination of multiple solutions where, they're all tied together seamlessly and it works.
Yeah.
but we used to call that the Holy Grail.
The Holy Grail.
The Holy Grail.
Well,
and it's been the same talk, same conversation for 25 years, but I actually think we're close.
he's the Monty Python of the structural engineering world. All right, last question, and then we'll go, I promise. We are in Las Vegas. I don't know if you're a gambler or not, but we have casinos all the way around us. If you could win $1 million by playing one casino game, any game, and you get to pick, which one are you playing and why?
Again, I'm probably one of your lamest guests.
No,
I came
no.
to Vegas, and I'm not going to the restaurants. I'm not a gambler. I'm more of a strategist, so those two personalities don't really jive too well. But from what I know of a few of the games, I guess I'd say I'd put it all on black on the roulette wheel.
There you go.
Take my 48% chances, and one spin, win or lose, I would go home.
I'm pointing at Jamie Friling right now because everybody who has said roulette up until this point has said, well, you get a 50-50 chance. And I'm like, no, you do not, because you got the green 0 and the green 00, 48%. What are you, a math guy or something? Some sort of engineer?
Some sort of engineer.
48 is still pretty good for a gambling game, but
that's why I said it.
It's not 50 for everybody listening to this. We finally got it right. We got it right with the COO of Mulhern Kulp, Jamie Friling. Jamie, thank you for joining us here on Strong Conversations. Thank you to everybody who is watching this, consuming this. Like and subscribe on the YouTube channel. We got even more content coming tomorrow from the floor of the International Builder Show. Stick around. We'll see you then. I've been waiting for somebody.